Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So the Black Library Weekender is over and we have a lot of things to go through. Probably the biggest thing for me, since I'm a massive Custodes fan, is the announcement of the next of the Watchers of the Throne series. It's called the Regent Shadow. But not only that, you get the two main characters from it as models now, which is absolutely incredible. So let's jump in and let's have a little talk about this. So these are the models now, and the thing that gets me so excited about this is mainly about the Sisters of Silence. The Sisters of Silence are an amazing organization. They kind of have been overshadowed by the Sisters of Battle in recent millennia and stuff like that, but I still prefer the Sisters of Silence than Sisters of Battle. I know some people say, how dare you fight me? I'll fight you with my Sisters of Bloody Silence. The No Maidens are just completely awesome. Back in the Heresy, the Great Crusade, them and the Custodes worked together so much hand in hand. They went together perfectly. Not so much in the later years, in the later millenniums and stuff like that. The Sisters of Silence more or less branched away, and it was just the Custodes who were left to defend Terra. But they've started to get back into the swing of things now, and they're starting to get back into working together once again. Now, what I was hoping for when the Custodes got their Codex release a couple of years back, I think it's like a year or something back now, 2 years back, let's say 2 years, let's be generous. I was hoping that the Sisters of Silence would be in there, but they weren't. There was no mention of the Sisters at all, and I was like, what in the Emperor's name? We need some Sisters. The Sisters have a few models. They have like transports for the Horus Heresy and stuff like that, but in 40k, they have nothing. They don't even really have like a dedicated HQ. Maybe she is going to be the HQ. When it comes to this now, maybe she'll have some fancy HQ stats and stuff like that. That's what I would expect, but I'm still hoping, fingers crossed, that maybe this is the start of GW going down the road and giving us more Sisters of Silence models, because really they do deserve it and they're amazing. Now, the Sister of Silence is awesome. Love it. Amazing. Now, all my awesomeness is coursed down with the Custodes. For those of you who don't know, I'm a massive Custodes fan. It's up there with my Space Marines. Maybe it just outshines my Space Marines, to be fair, at the moment. I've got like 9,000 points of the Golden Boys all in my display cabinet. I love everything about the Custodes. They're not Space Marines. People will say, oh yeah, they're just Space Marines. They're not. They're completely different from Space Marines. Completely different. It's like comparing a Space Marine to an Imperial Guard. That's what it's like comparing a Space Marine to a Custodes. Completely different. I love everything about them. They're amazing. Now, Valerian, which this model is based on, is probably one of my all-time top Custodes, all down to Chris Ray and his series of the Watchers in the Throne series. The first one was called the Emperor's Legion. The next one is called the Regent Shadow, as I previously mentioned. And I think this model's fantastic. I love his little lion halo, which was given to him by Rebuta Gilliman for the deeds he did in the first part of the book. If you haven't read Watchers of the Throne, the Emperor's Legion, go and do it now. I am actually listening to it again. This is all came out as I was listening to it again. I think I've listened to it about 3 or 4 times now, because it's just such an amazing book. I don't want to go into too much spoilers, but it happens before the Great Rift, during the Great Rift, and directly after the Great Rift. So it covers all the madness which is happening, and of course it's from the Custodes point of view, it's from the Sisters of Silence point of view, and also there's a big political view in there as well. It really is a fantastic, amazing book / audiobook. I would recommend this to anyone who's into Custodes, Imperial, bloody politics, and of course the Sisters. It's amazing. Now, if there's one thing I had to point out on this model, and it's not this model, it's mainly most models when it comes to Custodes, is that sometimes the head is a little bigger appearing than the body. This one, I think it's the chunkiness of it, like the width of the head rather than the heightness. They're just like big chunky boys. Maybe that's just the way they're designed. They have these big, massive, muscular meat heads. That is my only play on this. Beside that, I love his little Gordon Ramsay comeback. I love his scar, and I love Valerian. I would literally marry Valerian, and I hope he would marry in his golden shining plate, because he's just an amazing character. Hopefully, this is the start of more Custodes stuff, because you know, I do want to break the 10,000 point when it comes to Custodes, and maybe this is my time to do it now. Now, of course, it wasn't all glorious Custodes sisters. They've shown off some of the new upcoming stuff as well, and one of the big things is the Lion L. Johnson, Lord of the First. They are continuing the Primarch series. Now, a lot of people have been looking forward to the Lion. He is one of the most liked Primarchs from the fans, let's say. Well, I say he's the most liked. I like him probably one of the most because his let's be kind. His personality is very antisocial when it comes to dealing with others and their emotions and how they can do things. So it's going to be an interesting read on what he's going to be doing in this book. I'm really looking forward to it. I love his face. He looks like Jesus. Does it? Well, I think he looks a cross between Jesus and Guy Fawkes, maybe. Lionel Johnson, his beard, yep, I'm with that. I like the whole rugged little look, and I like his little like knight helmet with the wings and everything like that. So yeah, I'm very looking forward to see where they go with this, what they do, what the story is, and of course, Lionel Johnson being Lionel Johnson. And I'm sure there's plenty of Dark Angel fans out there going, "Oh yes, Dark Angels, Lionel Johnson." I'm just waiting out for Rogel Dawn. I can't wait for the Rogel Dawn Primarch book. I'm sure he's just going to be building walls and laughing at Perturabo all the way through it. It will be amazing. And we've got more information on the next Siege of Terra series, which is got me completely excited because it's none other than Dan Abnett returning to the Horus Heresy series. Actually, the blurb of text stated that this is Dan Abnett's first book in 7 years since he wrote The Unremembered Empire. It's been 7 years since The Unremembered Empire. Holy Emperor of Mankind, I am getting so old. So old. I remember reading that book and it was reading Tactical Baneblades. And I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And that was 7 years ago? Oh my holy Emperor. Time flies. There's no information about this at all so far. They said they'll get some more information to us soon. I don't know what it could possibly be about. Maybe something, something bad's got to happen or something like that's going off the name. I'm thinking maybe Sanguinius in there somehow. I'm not sure. I just see SA and I just think Sanguinius. I'm not sure. I just see an S and I think Sanguinius. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Hopefully some people from the actual event will start putting some stuff online. Maybe they ask some questions and stuff like that and maybe got a little bit more information. But so far we don't have any information from the official sources what this book is about, who's going to be taking part or anything. Well, we know who's going to be taking part. It's going to be all the Primarchs and all the legions at the Terra and all the demons and stuff, so that's banged on, but we don't know from what perspective. Is it going to be a certain Primarch taking the lead, or is it just going to be bouncing around from Primarch to Primarch? We'll find out hopefully very soon. Now there's another book that got mentioned which I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to a couple, but this is probably the one that's at the top, and it is the third book in the series of Fabius Bile. It's called Manflayer by Josh Reynolds. If you haven't read this series yet, go and do it because it's fantastic. It's really interesting learning about Fabius Bile. I'm not a fan of heresy at all, I'm loyal to the Imperium, but the way he interacts with the ideology of the Imperium, the ideology of chaos, he has a really interesting take on it, and it's Fabius Bile basically doing his own thing. And last book was called Clone Lord, and it featured a Primarch in it, which sent me completely into overdrive. It had so many cool little twists in there and stuff like that. For those of you who've read it, you'll know what I'm on about. I don't really want to spoil it for you chaps who haven't read it, but yeah, fantastic series. Josh Reynolds is probably one of the best at actually writing this very dank and dirty kind of grim dark stuff. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into this and carrying on Fabius Bile's tale. There's more stuff in there, like I just previously mentioned, like there's a new Space Marine Imperial Fist book coming out called Fist of the Imperium. There's some Farsight stuff in there. There's some AOS stuff in there for you AOS fans. There's some sister stuff in there. There's a new Cypher audio drama set. There's loads more stuff coming. I just went over the few of the ones that I personally liked and what I'm really looking forward to. But go and check it out for yourself in case I didn't mention anything. And yeah, I'm just going to call the video there. Let me know what you think about it, what your thoughts, feedbacks, everything like that. Let me know in the comment section below, and we can have a nice little talk about everything down there. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all very soon. See you now, and bye-bye.